So before Wong Fu, I was doing a lot of work in the assistant directing department. I was doing a lot of PA, key PA, second AD work. I was doing a lot of short films for friends, and it's something I enjoy. I enjoy the logistics. I enjoy like planning out the day and the shooting schedule and whatnot. So, you know, part of what I do as an AD is going to location scouts and figuring out how the production will function there. So I made a list, surprise, surprise, of the things I look for during a location scout. And this is in no particular order, but making sure you cover these things is very important. So one of the first things I look for is parking. Now, when you go to a location, you got to think about, is there enough parking available for the amount of crew that I'm going to have, the amount of cast, is there going to be a large number of background? So off the bat, I got to think about parking. If there's a lot, perfect. If there's abundant street parking, great. A lot of times in LA, if you're in an area with a lot of apartment buildings, it's going to be really tough to find parking. So you got to think about that. Also, with parking, you got to think about if you have equipment trucks or art trucks that have like large items that they need to bring to set. So making sure that there's appropriate parking for that, because you don't want to haul things 3 blocks away from where your set is and leave a truck unattended that could potentially have a lot of expensive items in it. Also, part of that is knowing when the street sweeping hours are, if there's permits required for parking, or that in itself is extremely important, because you don't want to be moving cars or getting tickets, because that adds up, especially if you have like a 20-person crew and a bunch of them get parking tickets. So you want to avoid that at all costs. And then in addition to parking, you want to make sure that the building is easily accessible. There's ramps, elevators. It's you don't have to go through too many like crazy passageways to get things into where you're shooting, because you might have big carts, you might have like dollies that need to be brought in, and if you need to travel long distances, make sure you budget for that time in the morning, or once you get to location, budget that extra time to get to and from the trucks to set, or from your cars to set as well. The next thing I think about is, so you have set, which is everything in front of the camera, everything that you see, but you also need a staging area, because if you have a lot of background, they can't always stay in front of the camera. They need to come off so you can light, you can adjust things, fix things. So a staging area is very important, especially for additional equipment, camera, maybe you have a sound cart, yeah, background staging, craft services, which are like the snacks on set that keep the crew going. Also hair and makeup, you need a section for that. Wardrobe, any miscellaneous art supplies, you need to have a space for that. So when you're looking for a location, you're also looking for like 3 others. You're looking for parking and staging as well. So don't only look for just your shooting location. Always look for those other 2 as well. Next, I have bathrooms. Bathrooms is like part of staging, but making sure that you have enough bathrooms. And you know, the worst case scenario is a porta potty, but if you can avoid that, avoid it. But as long as you have somewhere where people can go to the bathroom and not get arrested for public indecency. And you know, treat your crew nicely. Make sure you have running water to keep things clean, or if you need to clean up things. So that's very important, running water. If you're shooting a scene in a bathroom, make sure you have a second bathroom, because you don't want people using the bathroom while you're trying to film in there. Yeah. The next thing on my list is power. When you're looking around the locations, normally this is like the gaffer's job, who's in charge of lighting, but you know, it's extremely helpful for production too to know where outlets are, because you need to know where you can run your power. Also, you want to map out the circuits to make sure you don't overload the circuits, because a lot of these lights draw a ton of power, and you don't want to be breaking circuits and, you know, causing a potential hazard there. And part of the power thing is making sure everything's safe. There's no exposed wire, there's no like open outlets, because you don't want someone to get like electrocuted or anything, because that would be bad. So the first thing that you should actually be looking for is just the safety of everything. You know, making sure there's nothing that could poke somebody in the eye, like rusted nails all over the place. Or you got to be really careful when working on set, because there's all sorts of hazards, and that is the most important duty of the assistant director is making sure the crew and the cast is safe. If you're in any other department, if you're a PA, if you're an art director, if you're a camera person, safety should also be on your mind, because, you know, assistant directors only have 2 eyes and they can't be watching everybody. So you gotta really treat a film crew like a team and look out for each other, because the last thing you want is somebody to get hurt. Another thing is looking for any existing damage of your location and documenting on video and pictures any damage that the building already has that they might potentially want to blame you for. But as long as you take video and photo before you start any work, then you'll be covered. They can't argue that, oh, you guys broke this, but it was already broken. And if you're going to be moving things, like if you're going to be moving paintings around, if you're going to be adding things, make sure that you get pictures of the actual location's furniture ahead of time. That way you can put it back exactly in its place, and you won't run into trouble with like things missing or things being out of place. So in relation to parking, a lot of times a bigger production will require a generator for additional power, and generators are loud, so you need to be able to put the generator in a spot that's pointed away from the building, and hopefully there's like something blocking it in between, because yeah, those things get super loud and can affect your audio. So making sure that there's an appropriate spot for your generator is also extremely important. And then on the topic of sound, you know, if the location's on a super busy street, probably not going to be the most convenient place to shoot. So you want to be really mindful of your audio person as well. A lot of times when people are location scouting, all they're thinking about is the visual, and they miss a lot of the things that could affect sound. So if you're shooting in an area that has like very loud air conditioning, make sure you have a way to turn it off. Large refrigerators, freezers, anything like that. Make sure you guys have control over them when you're shooting. But yeah, those are some of the things I look for when on a location scout. You know, let me know if this interests you, because you know, the film industry is a big part of my life. It's my career, and I enjoy talking about it a lot. So if you know, you want to learn more about a certain topic, if you're interested in getting into the industry, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a question. I'd love to elaborate. And if you have advice for me, feel free to share that as well, because I'm always looking to learn new things and improving myself as a filmmaker, a crew member, a storyteller. So yeah, let's keep the communication going. So yeah, I hope this vlog didn't jump around too much and wasn't too confusing for you. I'm 2 weeks away from starting production on this short, so hopefully I can keep up with the vlogs and keep the pre-production planning going and making sure my normal work gets done. And then hopefully during the shoot, I'll have enough brain power to vlog that. So that'll give you guys a good look of how a short film is run. So yeah, I hope I can keep this up, but it's definitely going to be a busy couple of weeks. So I guess I'll end this vlog with a short call to action. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram. I think I post there the most. Twitter, I'm starting to post there more. Snapchat, I'm rarely on anymore, but I'll take a look every once in a while. And leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't. But if you leave a thumbs down, please let me know, you know, what I can do to improve and the reasons why you left the thumbs down. And that's the reason why it's there. So I want to improve, I want to share my knowledge, and I want to gain knowledge as well. So see you guys next time.